RC Roundtable, episode 244.
Welcome to the RC Roundtable podcast, where we discuss the latest RC hobby news, events, model reviews, and a whole lot more.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the RC Roundtable, episode number 245.
No.
244.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start over.
No, let's keep that.
Oh.
That's good. That's
Well,
us.
see, my brain is kind of off because we've obviously been bought out by Paramount, and so we have gone.
The money's gone. to Fitz's hand.
Money's gone to my head. We've gone big time, and we're in a real studio this time because obviously we're all together here at the AMA headquarters in Muncie, Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Would you call this a takeover? We just
Yeah.
kind of went into the
They've
studio.
adopted us. Like, it's not really a takeover. They're like, get to work. Clean the trash cans. Take
More
the
like
trash
indentured
out.
servants, huh?
Fix the batteries. Work on the planes.
Yeah, so we're here for the AMA Nats for 2026, which is the 100-year anniversary.
100th running.
Yeah,
100th running.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slight distinction.
I think there was a year or two that was skipped because certain things were happening in Europe and the Pacific. But other than that, yes.
Minor skirmish.
Minor skirmishes there. You might have heard about it in the news. So it's great that we're all together again here, and it's trying to wade through the hot as hell weather we've been having locally. But
Strange. Hot.
very, very strangely, like I said, we left Houston and arrived at Houston, apparently. So I'm the latecomer, so you guys have been here already a week and a half.
This
we
is your
can
first
change.
Nats,
This is my
right?
first Nats here.
Okay.
I've been to a Nats once before, many years, I don't want to say how many years ago, but back before they had this field when they went around to different cities and locations.
And where was that?
And I was a teenager. That was in Westover, Massachusetts, at the Air Force Base
Wow.
there. And that was my first Nats. And it was really cool because I had heard about it. I said, hey, this Nats thing, I'm going to go up. I was a teenager and I had my car, so I drove up, which wasn't very far. I literally lived a 30-minute drive away. So that's one of the reasons why I went. And it was fascinating to see just the different things. I saw the helicopter competition, saw some scale competition, saw some control line. The first time I ever saw real control line being done. I had done it myself with some family members, stepfather, whatever.
We did the fake control.
We did,
line.
the Cox and the thing in 049. This came and I saw combat, I saw racing and I saw stuff that was like, wow. And some really cool, I saw a guy I still remember this. He had, I think it was some sort of seaplane with a JATO on it.
Oh.
And so it had a RC model with JATO that says take off, and it was just the coolest stuff that there. And so that was my first and until this year only time seeing the Nats. And so I'm glad to be here on this anniversary to see even though I missed a good chunk of it because of that thing called work, it's still been, I've already seen some interesting stuff here, and had some interesting people, and had a lot of fun. So
Thank our
enough of
friend
me.
Adam Drain for hauling your butt.
Yeah, thanks Adam for picking me up at the airport and tolerating me for the drive over. Yeah, but we had a good time. We always had a good chat, and it was neat to fly because I flew into the Dayton, Ohio. And you walk out and you say, whoa, there's a giant replica Wright Flyer in the atrium just as you leave the airport, which is really, really neat.
Oh, I've never been to that airport.
Yeah, there's a really nice Wright Flyer replica there. And that was the nice bookend to the, when I went to Butch O'Hare Airport, you've got the Wildcat from Butch O'Hare.
Right. There's a Dauntless there too, right? Or is that one at Midway?
It would make more sense to be Midway, but and they got some nice plaques and stuff. And there's a picture of O'Hare and Thatch as well and stuff. So that's pretty neat. So as an airplane geek, it was cool to see that kind of stuff as flying in. And now we're surrounded by airplanes and airplane geek people, and even in offices, it's neat to see airplanes hanging from the ceiling and in people's offices and all kinds of stuff like that. So
It's like being at Embry-Riddle again. Everywhere you look, there's some evidence
yeah,
of
that's a good point.
airplanery.
Yes, yeah.
Airplanes and airplane accessories.
airplane accessories. So enough of me pontificating. What do you guys want to talk about?
Lee, we haven't heard much of your voice yet.
Do the people want to hear my voice?
Oh, shush.
They want to hear the soft, soothing voice of Fitz Walker.
No, they want to hear the scratchy, angry voice of you.
Oh, as I put in the comment section for that video, you make me grumpy, buddy.
That's
it's,
true.
It's all you.
That's my job. So what Lee's talking about,
No.
we had a huge milestone this week.
We did.
Huge milestone. Lee recorded and posted a video of a control line B-25.
While working for the AMA. Just like I was working for the AMA, and and it was a shared post between the AMA and RC Roundtable. Just
You done with all your caveats?
I had to put the disclaimer in there. Yeah,
right.
because Mark might be watching.
And in less than a week, that little clip hit over 1 million views.
And it seemed to have reached a lot of people that either said, "I can't believe control line's a thing," or "What the hell are they doing?"
All caps. This is so dumb.
I'd be dizzy. Let's be AI. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but whatever. Any click is a good click.
Yeah. So the B-25, which was a was it FMS or Flightline?
Flightline
Flightline B-25 that he's controlling the elevator, but just dangling off his hip was a transmitter.
Right. So yeah, control line scale event, right? A few hundred yards that way. He converted an RC foam B-25, electric powered, to control line, and had bomb bay doors, and he had a little parachutist that would fall out of the bomb bay, had retracts, had strangely counter-rotating engines. Is that a stock feature of that B-25?
I think it is.
Yeah, so
That
minus
started
a
up
few
independently too.
And did it have
yeah.
did it have flaps too?
It did.
It did have
There you
flaps,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
flaps.
mainly, he flew it very well. Nice and scale, long takeoff roll with a general takeoff.
And that's important to explain to people that there are maneuvers you have to do, and you have an assortment of maneuvers. But you have to do 10 laps. I think is mandatory. Correct?
Yep.
Is a touch and go mandatory? Do you remember?
No, but I think it's among their catalog of maneuvers they can choose to do.
Makes sense.
He did very well.
Not to veer off too much, but was it you guys that were recording the guy with the B-17 that was flying like a stunt plane?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there. So the last week was the first week, and it's primarily control line. So there's a whole catalog of control line events, and then also RC pylon racing, all going on at the same time. And I'm sure we've talked about the IAC before, but truly a world-class facility here with different RC flying sites, control line flying sites, free flight. It's hard to describe. Maybe we should do like a little drive-through video so people get an idea of what we're talking about. But there was some point in the middle of the week last week where I was taking the road out that goes to all these flying sites, had the windows down. You could hear glow control line planes off over here, and then some RC pylon planes over here, and then the aerobatics guys in front. It was
Well, then RC scale, you had a couple of Mokies.
later in the week,
And
we had the
jets.
scale guys. So yeah, it was just a symphony of different airplane sounds. It was pretty neat to be, and of course it tells you which direction to look, and then you look and you see that stuff going on and over here. So if you like to be surrounded by toy airplanes, this is and was the place to be.
And I'll interject here, if you can go to our Facebook page, I shared AMA Air that we record for AMA onto our Facebook page, so you can go see Terry and I meeting with Matt Reddick, who, a little kudos, thank you Matt for setting all the video equipment up for us here in the studio, and us talking about it as well, and I think it's a nice add-on. But another pivotal for AMA is we had our first million view of control line speed. And again, it was one of the half and half.
Yeah.
What the hell are these people doing? And oh, that's so cool. And there were some people who just didn't get it.
Yeah, it was a real tastes great, less filling kind of crowd.
Yeah. So that was cool. And we've been doing these daily shorts. Bryce in our team, he's been sending us clips that we've been sharing on AMA's Facebook page. So I hope you go there and watch, because it'll give you a little tidbit of what's happening here. And then, do we jump to what we did today, or do we still talk about what we
No,
did?
there's so much in between.
Well, okay.
Let's go chronologically.
Well, okay. So last week with RC Scale, our buddy Phil Tallman was here. And Mark Radcliffe was participating too. Steve Petrato from Horizon Hobby had 2 planes, his big Red Bull Cub, and was the A4?
Petrato?
Yeah.
No, he has is it a Hawk?
T-45?
B.
T-45 Hawk?
Okay, well, whatever Fitz said, yeah. I think he came
big
in
jet.
second. I think he came in second.
In both classes.
Yeah, both
yes.
classes. So that was fun. Got to fly. And I'm going to just add on there. Phil Tallman submitted an Ercoup for competition, and these 2 clowns got to fly it.
Interestingly, the day before that happened, we had some free time after work that day, and we went out there, and Phil was out there, so he flew a few of my planes that I brought, which were little foamy things, nothing special, but things he hadn't flown before, and I said, here, try it out. So he flew a few of mine, and then the next day, he hands me the transmitter to this third scale. Is it third scale?
I think it's third scale.
Yeah.
Also USA.
It did not seem like a fair trade, but he was okay with it, and so was I. Yeah, Balsa USA with a, how big is the engine, Lee?
70.
70 cc. There may or may not have been a wager involved.
I think I still owe you.
You do.
Damn.
But that was my first flight of a gasser. My
Really?
first flight of a, the only other gasser I had was the Val, which you know own.
Yeah.
And I hadn't flown it when I had it. So,
Interesting.
yeah. And first flight of a giant scale plane. I think plywood overcast and some other things I've owned technically qualify as giant scale, but this was a giant scale.
And I kind of feel like we've walked over some, like,
We'll come back to that.
we're going to come back to that?
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
come back to that.
All right, well, then I'm going to let you take over because we need to get there.
Yeah.
We need to get there so we can catch up with Fitz on his trip being here.
All right. Well, I think I have a good segue to that.
Okay.
So, Fitz, are any of your parts tingly right now?
That's the
Indeed they
segue.
are.
That's the segue.
Ah, I was hoping
segue.
you'd bring that up. Yes.
Oh, my God.
You're sitting in a very special chair.
I am.
Oh,
Yeah, can you
you'll
feel the
never,
essence?
never wash those pants again.
So, for those who don't know, we talked about it in the last show. I was given the opportunity to interview Burt Rutan while he was here visiting the Nats last week. And turns out he was coming with his wife, Tanya, and also our friend who's been on the show, Dan Craig. And we did that interview in the studio. It's not released yet. No, so maybe whenever that happens, you'll see it. But I was behind the camera, so you won't see me on that video. But, yeah. But in this chair was Dan Craig. And in this chair was Burt Rutan.
Yeah.
Fitz can feel his aura.
I can feel his aura. Did he pass gas? Is there a little bit of a... He touched, Burt Rutan touched his sides. Maybe he's still got a little fingerprints or whatever, some skin oil.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel
yeah,
honored.
You're putting him on a pedestal,
Yeah.
but I'll let Lee chime in on this too. I was nervous when I first met him. When I walked in this door and here he was, I'd never met him before, other than the very brief moment at Oshkosh a couple years ago, surrounded by dozens of other people. I introduced myself, said hello, and then we kind of got into the interview. But once the interview started, he put everybody at ease. He's just a dude who likes airplanes. And I think that came across pretty quickly. And it felt like from my perspective, a pretty casual chat.
I know I'm doing terrible at betting, but I'm going to bet that both Craig and Rutan both said at least 4 times, that's a good question. Is that good?
No,
Is
they
that a fair
did say
bet?
that, yeah.
And I'm giving you compliment here,
Okay,
but you're not seeming to take that.
yeah, I pushed back a little bit.
Okay.
You asked good questions.
Okay, so people forget Terry here. So when Terry was sitting right there and asking the questions, you could see their gears turning when he asked a question, posed a question. They were both thinking about an answer. And to follow up kind of at the end, Bert's wife was looking at a piece of glass, this wide. She kept walking by the window over here just to check on her husband. And she had mentioned, like, sometimes he likes interviews, sometimes he doesn't. But when we were done, she gave you a very nice compliment that said he looked happy. He seemed to be having a good time talking to you.
Yeah, they were very complimentary, and we really lucked out. We were invited to dinner with them later.
Oh my
and
God, there's the highlight.
yeah, and we're able to sit with them and enjoy a meal. And yeah, they were both very complimentary of the interview and the experience they had that day. And
And by the way, I'm texting Fitz at the same time, sending Fitz photos of me and Dan hanging out.
we weren't trying to gloat about it,
No, of course not.
but we missed you. We wish you could.
Yeah, I wish I could have been here too. Yeah, Dan, if you're watching, I really wish I could have been here. It would have been nice to see you again, but hopefully we'll meet up in the future sometime.
Yeah, we made some unofficial plans to make
you?
future things happen.
Okay, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
So the next day, things got even more exciting. So on the last show, we talked about the interview was going to happen. My expectation was I come in, do the interview, and go off and do my other stuff, and that was my interaction with Bert, Tanya, and Dan. But as it turned out, we got more FaceTime than that throughout the week, and what a pleasant, unexpected bonus that was.
Plywood Overcast.
Plywood Overcast.
Yeah, did some flying, huh?
Dan flying Plywood Overcast.
Yeah.
So the next day, I don't know the genesis of this idea, but at some point you came up and said, oh, we're meeting them out at the field tomorrow to fly models. And we prepped an Aero Scout, And I thought we were just going to kind of show off Plywood Overcast, but
Well, my push was I really want Burt Rutan to sign Plywood Overcast. What an epic signature to have on that.
right, the most plain Jane airplane in the world.
No stall characteristics on that thing whatsoever. You didn't even touch on that. You went straight to flying the next day. You have not talked about what happened right here. That is one of a good viral video on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
maybe you should talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
So when the
let's
interview
back
was over, I grabbed a couple planes that I had brought that were designed or inspired by some of Bert's airplanes from the past. And I brought them in just to kind of share with Bert, here's kind of what you inspired in me. I don't remember the words I used, but I thought you'd like to see these things. One was the Parallax, which was my single engine asymmetric design. And the other is the Yin Yang, which is the twin motor asymmetric design. And first I showed him the Parallax, and the one I brought was my very first prototype, which had a canard on it. And I didn't like the way that one flew. Ended up going to a conventional tail, and it flies better. But he started looking at it, and instantly, within 5 seconds, he's like, your center of lift is here. And it could not have been more exact. He pointed to exactly where the calculated center of lift is.
Watch the video.
And then he starts looking, and then at the end he says, well, this is a shitty design.
And you'll, of course, hear me laughing because I'm holding
Everybody's laughing. I'm laughing. And
Matt's laughing.
Matt,
Matt's
yeah.
laughing.
so I did not take offense to it.
No.
For several reasons. One, it was clear in his delivery that he didn't intend it as an insult. And I think he immediately followed it with, I've made lots of shitty designs. That's just how it goes.
But he kept you're just so humble. He kept talking to you. You know, he kept going on. So if he didn't care, you could have walked out the door.
Yeah,
Tanya could have grabbed him and
thrown it
said,
on the ground.
"Oh, this guy! He's trying to look at airplane does." Oh, no, he had a good time chatting with you.
Yeah,
and of course,
I think
there's
so.
a great picture of Dan leaning like this, laughing. He's like, "Oh my God."
So I'll give you the other reason that, at least in my mind, I'm not going to ask Bert because I might not like the answer he gives, but I feel like he was looking at that model as a prototype of a full scale and thinking of all those shapes and the design features as a full scale, in which case the Parallax probably is a shitty design. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and that was a fun moment.
Yeah.
He signed the Parallax, he signed the Yin Yang, and on the Parallax he pointed to exactly where it's going to stall first, and then signed his name. And then on the Yin Yang he signed it another SD being shitty design, and then his name. So
Glad you didn't walk over that. That was a great moment.
yeah,
And we
so
all had it, and we all enjoyed it very much.
yeah, and
That's what bonded you and Bert. He's going to call you up.
I don't know if there's a bond, but yeah, we'll get a lot of mileage out of that over the years, I'm sure.
Oh man! So now we can go to Site Forward. Now we have Plywood Overcast out there. Dan Cray flies Plywood Over, big smile on his face.
Well, coming up to that, I think it's
What
fun
more?
to mention. We knew what time they were showing up, and so we set a time a few minutes prior to that to make sure we had everything set up for them and ready to go. Granted, Plywood Overcast has not flown since last summer when you and I flew it in Green Bay, and I've made some mods to it since then. And whatever Aeroscout you pulled off the shelf, same thing. Well, we last flew it at Oshkosh. We don't know what's happened between now and then, but we're like, 15 minutes, that's more than enough time to get these planes going. Everything went wrong. Nothing bound to the transmitters they were supposed to bind to.
The throttle cable popped out of the receiver.
That's on Plywood Overcast, that's my fault. But I'm like, oh, it's not binding, let me go get the transmitter. And so I drove back here. Anyway, so they showed up, we're still scrambling, trying to get things to work, which was fine because they wanted to look at the scale models that were out there anyway, so they went off doing that. What?
I'm just hoping you get to the next good part
The next good part?
where I'm waiting. I'm sorry. Just want to make sure you don't forget.
You
Keep
might
going.
be, okay. But long story short, we got it going.
No. What was really cool is Phil Tallman flying his BD-5
Oh, yeah, that-
for Burt Rutan. So I gave chairs to Burt and Dan because Burt's got a cane, so I wanted. But they're sitting there. We have some great photos of them watching that BD-5. Phil put on a great flight.
I guess you note that because Burt Rutan helped design the BD-5.
He worked
initially.
for him for 2 years?
Jim Beatty, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to share all the conversations we had, because I feel like that's personal stuff that they didn't intend for.
I was just saying it was neat to see Burt Rutan watching the video. He really enjoyed that, and Phil probably felt honored flying it for him.
No, I wasn't accusing you of sharing too much. I'm saying, wink, wink, Fitz. We have some BD stories that happened over dinner.
Oh, okay.
For
Okay.
later.
Yes.
It's nay and a BD nay. Okay.
Yes.
For the patrons out there, the paying patrons get to hear the inside scoop.
Yeah. Come to our Patreon.
There are no paying patrons. Damn it.
Don't tell them
What
that.
are we doing wrong? 10 years. We don't have paying customers.
Yeah, so Phil put on a good show with his
Neat.
turbine BD5, which was really, I was glad he flew it, because before that I had asked him to fly it and he said no.
Oh,
So,
wow.
When
Did you-
Bert asked, he'll fly.
Do you know anything about, was it a scratch build or was it the old Byron kit or something? Do you know?
I don't
Pretty
know.
big.
Yeah, Fitz wants to know about your BD5.
Give us
so-
a call. Put it in the comments.
But he had not had many flights on it prior to that, and he flew it like a champ. It looked good.
That's good, because I have an EDF BD5 that's fairly large, 90 millimeter, and it can be kind of funky to fly in certain ways. So,
Yeah.
much appreciation for him doing that.
So by the time Phil ended his flight, we had the Aero Scout and Plywood Overcast ready. My understanding was you were going to do training flights with the Aero Scout, but the next thing I knew, we had the buddy box attached to Plywood Overcast, and first Dan flew it like he stole it.
Oh my! He absolutely flew it like he stole it.
Yeah. And
Oh, can it land? Oh, can I take off again? It was.
no, he did great
He
with it.
did.
though,
He
yeah.
did absolutely great.
Well, Dan's very
Well,
experienced, so
yeah,
I'm not surprised.
He's a better pilot than all of us, but
I mean, and I'm just going to say, if you had a choice between an Aero Scout and Plywood Overcast at the IAC,
oh, okay. Yeah.
he chose wisely.
And then right after that, Tanya, Bert's wife, got the buddy box, and she is a full-scale pilot, and I think float certified.
She's float certified.
Yeah. What's the correct term for that?
Seaplane?
Seaplane. Thank
Yeah.
you. So no stranger to flying, but this was her first RC flight on Plywood Overcast, which I would not choose as a trainer. But here we were, and she did great. Starting out, I had the master transmitter, and you were helping her out, just talking her through on the buddy box. And at some point, you just walked away.
I know. I said, "You got this."
And I'm like,
Have luck, good fun.
and you were right. She did great. And yeah, so that was fun. And she was really appreciative. She, even later in the day when I saw her, she's like, that was a good time.
I'm trying to
That's
think.
neat.
Of doing the interview, dinner, their presentation, and flying Plywood Overcast, which was the highlight? Which was your big one?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, 'cause not that the other three are the worst. They're all very close, but
Yeah,
what
they
would
were
you-
different types of experiences. I thought being out on the field with them was neat, and primarily because you could tell that they were really interested in all the stuff going on. Rather than all the people around asking them the questions, it was a give and take. They had questions about the models, and people there had questions of them. So it was neat to see all that interaction.
Yeah, and I'm not sure because if it happened before or after us, but Bert competed in the 55,
59 and 60.
59, okay. Control line, which his plane is here. And so he was interested in control line. So Stephen and the foundation took him over there. So there are pictures we have of him talking to people with control line planes. And that's kind of a passion for his. But then I have a whole bunch of pictures of him talking to folks at RC Scale with their planes too. And he was signing Nats posters.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was signing them Nats 100.
Yeah. So, well, to finish the Plywood Overcast story,
Sorry.
we offered that to Bert. He declined, but we had an emergency board meeting of RC Roundtable. We gave him a waiver to sign without flying. So Bert did sign
Honorary.
Bert did sign Plywood Overcast. So did Dan. So did Tanya. And then we had a couple other pilots that were out on the RC event sign as well, fly and sign. So we added 5 signatures that day.
It was a good day.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was good.
And it flew fine.
Oh yeah, once we worked out all the, at one point we were going crazy because we felt like we were under the gun and we thought we had it. And I'm like, all right, I'll stop. Like, are we taking any shortcuts here? We've been running around like crazy people. Are we actually ready to fly this thing? And we were. It worked out fine.
No, really impressive.
What?
Working spoilers.
That was just an added.
It's funny you say that because that feature is there. That's part of, I did
Yeah.
several modifications. And then when things weren't working in the morning, we're like, screw it, let's go back to basics. Let's go 3-channel. And we swapped it. And I don't know, I had to look. I don't know what changes you made to the mixing I had. Did you just disable it or did you go deeper than that?
I think I went deeper than that.
Yeah, so.
But I just remember you took off with one of the servo lines hanging out because you forgot to put it back in.
Yeah, so,
It flew great. Everybody was happy. Success.
yeah. And then I think the rest of that day was normal work that we're here for until the evening when Bert and Dan gave presentations at a dinner.
They'll be available on AMA's website.
Yep, very cool. And the center or the focal point of the presentations was their specific involvements in model aviation and how that kind of drove their careers. So interesting stuff. I think people would enjoy.
And I haven't. I don't think I posted, but it was just so much fun to see you and Dan goofing off afterwards, playing with the air. I say paper airplanes. Were they paper or were they
They were
cardboard?
full, like Depron.
Okay,
thin
Depron. And they were just throwing the designs, and I think I got a clip of you guys.
Yeah.
Was it one you were throwing backwards?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought, I was like, is he throwing it backwards? And it flew.
It
It looked like it did
flies.
pretty good.
Yeah.
knew?
And then that's when Dan and I were talking. I looked at it and I'm like, oh, I get how it works. And it was an aha moment for me. So yeah.
Ding.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you stand next to a real aerospace engineer.
Yeah, it's some
Osmosis.
yeah. Yeah, so we had a good time.
And you guys didn't go, but I got to go to the museum and hang out with them. So
Oh, right.
I didn't spend a lot. I talked to Tanya a lot, but Bert got the white glove tour
As he
and
should.
opened up
Right.
all the doors and all the storage cabinets, and he got to see a lot. And then we took a nice big photo of them, the whole group, in the lobby.
The museum being the Museum of Model Aviation, right over there.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Subtitle or Footnote Master.
Parenthetical,
Yeah. Yes.
So
which is neat.
Yeah, yeah. And I popped in over there to say my goodbyes. That was the morning they were heading back home. So yeah, I just stopped in and said hello and goodbye.
Yep. And although you're on the RC Roundtable page, go to the AMA social media, Facebook and so forth, and you'll see several photos that we've shared of their visit.
Yeah. It was, I don't want to get too philosophical or mushy about it, but it was way more than I expected. And as a former engineer and just all around airplane buff, it checked a lot of boxes for me.
And my little insider offer to you guys listening who are in this hobby, there might be future partnerships with Rutan, so stay tuned.
Listen
Not
to this
us.
guy.
I'm just saying, the AMA had a really good time. He had a
Yeah.
lot of nice things to say about what we're doing, and maybe we'll see his name pop up again very soon.
Yeah. And we tend to focus on Bert.
Oh,
And
yeah.
probably because Dan is so humble and quiet,
Quiet.
soft-spoken. But yeah, his resume is darn impressive too. So thanks, Dan.
Yeah, I liked his presentation.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you talk about how he got the job at Scale?
Yes.
Yeah.
You did? Okay, that's a good story.
No spoilers here. Although
No.
he probably talks about it on
He
when
did
he was
on
on our
RC
show.
Roundtable, yeah,
Well,
some years ago.
let's go way back in time. Go look in our 2019 archives. Go find our West Coast AMA Expo video where we interview Chris Wolf, Mason Hutchinson, Dan Craig, and Red Jensen.
Red, yeah.
And we had so much fun up on that stage.
Yeah, we had a big forum kind of thing.
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
a blast. And Dan talked about that, but to meet these guys, have fun with that.
Did I tell you about when a coworker went to Edwards last year? I think it was last year sometime. Had some coworkers, they went to some meeting, and they out at Edwards Air Force Base. It's what is that? Armstrong Research Center now. It used to be something else. And they got a tour of their model thing, model
shop?
and stuff, where they build RC models, and they met Red, and they didn't mention me for some reason. It's like, yeah, we got this guy named Red. Like, hey, I know Red.
Yeah, but I don't think Red's there anymore.
It was, like I said, it was a while ago.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All right, if you're following along with your bingo
God damn
card,
it. What
check
is on?
Fitz's phone makes random noises.
It's distraction.
Sorry, the alarm. I had no idea it was going off.
They should be our center square, the gimme.
But anyway, so yeah, that was a great forum that we had with interesting people we've been able to meet throughout the years. doing this show.
Right. Yeah, how lucky
Really.
are we?
Yeah, well, I feel very fortunate and honored that we were able to meet such notable people in the industry and hobby.
Yeah.
I think we need to go there next time.
Go where?
Dan's house. Let's go.
Oh,
visit Dan.
Right. Yeah.
And
Out in the high desert.
I'm scrolling through my memory now of all the people that we thought were cool and got to meet. Have any of them been jerks?
Chris
At least
Wolf,
we're-
that man. I'm just kidding. No, totally.
They've all been righteous dudes. And-
Yeah, I really can't think of anybody that.
Yeah, maybe it's just that thing of liking to talk about airplanes,
Yeah.
even toy airplanes.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the glue that
that
binds.
brings the best out of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the best. If you want a really, really good friend, find a modeler.
Oh, mother, yes.
So back to Nats.
Oh yeah, Nats.
What was from there before Fitz showed up that we need to talk about?
Well, we can go back to
Everything.
the subject you were hinting at before. One of the events here last week was Control Line Precision Aerobatics. And it's actually one of the more well-attended events. I don't know how many pilots there
agree.
were, but a lot. And many people might know it better as Control Line Stunt. If you've never seen a contest in Control Line Stunt, you would be amazed. The precision which they fly those airplanes is, as someone who flies radio control airplanes at what I think is a low level, their normal height is shoulder height, and they rarely get above that, except to do a wing over so they can point straight at the ground before pulling out at shoulder height, either inverted or upright.
Great.
It's bananas, and very impressive to see. A few interesting things about it. Several multi-engine aerobatic planes this year, Control Line, and one of them, as you were talking about, a four-motored electric B-17. doing
Yeah.
precision aerobatics. So I mean, really,
They were doing it in style,
the
huh?
proportions are still the same.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
shadow
it's-
between that and another Control Line plane, pretty similar. Just
Yeah, it's just
And
more
so-
motors.
yeah, and it had some
Right.
details that make it look
It
B-17.
just was
like.
so uncanny to see this. Because I saw it take off, I was like, oh, a B-17, I must be at a scale competition. And he goes, oh, is he inverted?
And I think we mentioned this last year when we were at doing NAS News. That's gotten quieter.
Oh,
Yeah. More and more are leaning to electric.
Oh, I was going to ask the percentage of electric versus glow powered in the.
I don't know
in
what the percentage is, but
scale or
quite
aerobatics
quite a
stunt.
few of those were electric.
Mm.
And as I mentioned to you the other day, what I found interesting is all of the ones that I saw, which was only a handful, but they were using lithium-ion round cells instead of lithium polymer.
Interesting. Yeah, that is interesting.
So, and typically they're not controlling throttle. They have, or maybe they are. Oh darn it, I should know that. But they do have the speed controls with the timers on them.
Yeah, that's pretty popular, little timer.
So
Those are actually nice because they can walk up, set the timer, and they've got a time to walk back and pick up the thing, and then it'll go and run for a few minutes, and it'll warn them before it shuts off. It'll
Right.
throttle down or something like that, because they've got all kinds of neat stuff that's nicer than the glow-powered stuff.
I might be speaking out of turn here, but I think some of the timers have sensors so that when the airplane pitches up, it'll add a little throttle.
Oh, yeah?
When it's pointing at the ground, it'll decrease to
Right,
help
right.
maintain
Yeah.
constant speed. But I might be making that
That
up.
would be neat, though, yeah, a little angle
Yeah.
sensor or something.
So yeah, my goal is to find out more about
Yeah.
what's commonly used in the power systems. Seeing the lithium ion cells really piqued my interest. But neat stuff to see. And another neat thing about the Control Line aerobatics, there's no dogs in that lineup. They are all finished, painted, whatever the finish happens to be. They are all good-looking
All
airplanes.
Pristine show winner.
Right, Lee?
Yes.
Okay, I see you smiling over there.
No, it's just mine wouldn't.
But there actually is a beauty grade. It's not a huge part of the score, but sometimes that beauty score does make the difference.
It's enough to get you over the edge.
Yeah, if the flight scores are really close, that beauty score and will make a
Can't
difference.
see my reflection. All right, you get an extra half a point.
But yeah, all of the ones you look at, they spend some time putting these things,
Wow.
making them look as good as they can.
Totally off topic, but you kind of want me to get my SIG twister built. I've I think Fitz was with me when I found one at the Richardson swap meet, new in box.
Yeah.
It was my dad's favorite, and I was going to mention that was my dad's like Zen-like status. His control line stunt was his favorite thing to do. Hand pocket, cigarette in mouth, doing crazy ass crap with that plane, and then landing, and then wiping it down, doing it again. And I should do that. I should do that at Joe Knoll.
Glow or electric?
I'm going to go electric. I'll probably have a controller, just.
That's all right.
I think it's funny. This is the RC Roundtable, and we're talking about control line.
Rounds. Thank you. See, we can bring it together.
Although some are now RC Assist now.
Well, see, I got the RC in there.
So it was interesting. I was one of the AMA magazines, the Model Aviation, I think last month or a couple months before, was talking about control line stuff, and he went through the history of the third line for throttle control and how they went to RC Assist. It wasn't that long ago. It was like 13 years ago, I think, something like that. 13, 14 years ago, when we allowed radios to be used for everything but elevator control.
For accessorize.
Accessorize. They said that it was frowned on during the 72 megahertz days because the likelihood of interfering with RC planes.
Right.
But now that we have spread spectrum, there's no interference, they said, okay, you can switch over for your accessories and stuff.
Yeah.
And all those handles are so different in like control and scale.
Yeah, some people are using RC car pistol grip controllers. Like they'll have the control line handle in one hand and then a pistol grip controller for throttle here. Some people, am I taking your story that you were going to start with?
It's okay. Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, you're
no,
good. You're good.
I don't want to.
Please, you're on a roll.
Fine. And so other ones had your standard 2-stick transmitter on their belt, but the ones I saw were upside down.
I saw that.
Or no, maybe.
His laid down. Tandem was facing downward.
Okay, because they're doing the throttle like downward.
Well, that kind of makes
Yeah,
sense,
V25.
though. It's
The
the way
V25 is
it's
face down.
oriented, your transmitter, if you hold it down, it's going to be the same thing. So it kind of makes sense. It may look weird at first, but I think that when you do it,
Well,
it's
and I've
okay.
seen there have been 2 pistol grips with the lines.
Yeah.
One custom made, questionable, and one that looked like a professional one that was.
There was a pistol grip I saw in the museum that was cool as heck. It was, I don't know what it dated, but it was probably older, but it was a pistol grip with a trigger and it was like a little control panel on it. And so there were a bunch of switches and some knobs and dials. It was like,
And Fitz would be going beep, boop, beep,
yeah,
flying.
it was awesome. It was like, yeah, all right.
Something out of Batman.
Yeah, exactly. It was the coolest control handle I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, I have flown control line RC, throttle control out here at ISC for Camp AMA. And it's easy with the pistol grip. I didn't think it would be at first. I was like, okay, it's super easy to do. So if you ever want to experiment with that, get a control line plane and use a pistol grip for throttle if you're going electric. Try it.
All right. And the other events we haven't talked about, did you mention speed yet? Control line speed?
Only that the video went viral.
right,
But
okay.
no, go ahead.
We missed the dadgum pulse jets again.
It was so fast.
Last year they were at the end of however many days, and this year it was at the beginning, and we got here the day after they finished pulse jets. So
Oh, man.
we missed it. So maybe next year. But
At
there's
least
all
you can
sorts.
hear yourself think.
Yeah. Well, even the glow engine ones. Oh, they have the glow engine ones. They also have an electric class this year for speed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
And it's an effort to get more new people into it. So
Yeah, yeah.
kind of a budget-friendly option, but still fast. These things are zipping
Oh,
around
sure, you
that
can get
pole.
really fast electric. Then
Yeah.
they get a whole lot of runtime out of it, but you can get zippy for a couple minutes.
Well, I don't know if you want to spin around that fast for a long time.
That's a good point, yeah.
So there was racing, which has 2, sometimes 3 people in the circle at the same time,
Oh, jeez.
with pit stops.
And lots of hugging.
Getting real friendly with the other guys.
Yeah, interesting to watch. The pit stops are bananas too, because that airplane might be whipping at the pit guy fast, but he's going to grab it and stop it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then fill it, restart it, off you go. So anyway, our point is a lot of these things, even if you don't participate in them, which we don't, they're really interesting and fun to watch. So I'll go back to what you said. Check out the videos that Lee's been putting up throughout the week on the AMA's Facebook page and see what we're talking about. And also, the thing I've been working on while I'm here is helping to coordinate the daily articles that people who are participating, they write summaries about what happened each day. It's called Nats News. So check those out too to get a better insight into the different things.
I'm interrupting
No, please
because
do.
I'm absolutely going to segue to Nat's News. now. Unless you're just going to say, no, I've got something else that's more important. So you got Nats News and you got Nats Noobs, N-E-W-B-S. And Terry and I did that last year. I thought it was pretty darn successful. We had a lot of good comments where Terry would go around to events. Now, Terry said Nats Noobs was because he was new to Nats. I was thinking it was Nats Noobs because of the event he was asking about, like, what is this event about? That's how I translated it.
Either translation works.
Okay, good. So today we recorded a new Nats Noobs with Mr. Walker. And I don't know, which one of you want to talk about the Nats Noobs today? All right,
Me?
Fitz, because you got to participate.
Yes,
today.
I got to participate in the Nats Noobs, as the kids say when you're being, playing online games or something like that. So this one was the distance gliders? What is it?
Cross country.
Cross country, thank you.
RC soaring.
RC soaring,
cross-country.
cross country, thank you.
What does that mean, Fitz?
What does that mean? So they have different, well,
No spoilers.
yeah, watch the Nats Noobs. He'll describe every
Sorry,
little
inside joke,
nuance
yes.
and rivet detail on the thing. Basically, you have to take your glider and you climb up either with a winch launch or a self-launching glider. And once you think you found a good thermal, you basically, if you have a powered one, you shut your motor off and it stays off. And you work that thermal and you jump into the back of a pickup truck and you go for a ride.
Or you send your buddy Lee into the back of a pickup
In
truck.
the back of a pickup truck. And so you go a certain distance and come back, and you try to do that all without using any motor power if it's a motorized one. If it's not motorized power, you just do what you can and get back as close as you can. The goal is to land on the same runways you took off from, or same field, and spot land. I think he said there was a spot land at the end.
Oh.
Did he say like 100 meters, within 100 meters?
Something like
Oh,
that, yeah.
okay.
Which is pretty wide. It's
Yeah.
300 feet, something like that.
Yeah, once you've gone a couple kilometers, what's another 100 meters?
We went
Yeah.
1.5 miles, right?
Okay,
Today.
1.5 miles, so that's about 2 kilometers-ish. So, and it's neat because you've got this pickup truck with a couple of chairs in there. One's facing forward, one's facing backwards.
Super safe.
Yeah. And you're
Here,
going down
Lee,
these
sit on the igloo.
roads once he goes up. Because it was neat because they had a few false starts. They didn't get up high enough or something. And once the guy thinks he's up high enough to make the run, he goes, okay, we're
All right,
going in.
settle up, we're
All right.
going.
They pack you up.
Autobots
man.
transform and roll out. So
See, if I play this, I'm going to put a lazy boy in the back of that bad boy.
yeah, that'd be nice. And so Lee jumps into the chase vehicle with his camera, and Terry and I jump into the
The Lee-mobile.
Lee-mobile, which is a chase vehicle to the chase vehicle. And so we drive down and just follow them down. They're running down the street, not very fast, which is nice, and they had their hazards on. And we're just kind of, and they're all looking up around, and he get a little low, and he'd work his way back up. And so it was just interesting. I had heard about this event, but I had never seen it done before, so I was really curious. And I thought it was really actually pretty neat. I wouldn't mind trying it, maybe the short run at some point. Once I get good enough to work thermals like these guys. Of course, these guys got these beautiful ships that if you have to ask how much, you probably can't afford them kind of thing. But
4 figures for sure.
yeah, they're not cheap. But he did say I was talking to the guy afterwards, he said there were some more affordable ones they weren't the super carbon composite high-tech stuff. They were built up wood, and there's other stuff that you can get a relatively competitive plane without spending too much money on it if you're willing to, have a little bit of a disadvantage, but have something that's still workable, just to, if you want to practice or just get the feel for it. Right.
And you can learn more after I go edit the video
Yes.
that I recorded of these two goons.
Yeah. This was just stuff that wasn't on the recordings. At
Oh, I
we were
understand.
talking.
Yeah, because we did a lot of B-roll. while we were there.
Yeah. And I guess you can do it with there was a guy that had a discus launch. I think that's another class.
I think he was just practicing. Wasn't
He seemed to be practicing, but I
Yeah.
think that may be another one. I'm not sure, but
I don't know how that can compete. I think he was just out there part of
he was
the
just
crew.
But still, he was doing good. For me, it was interesting because I like Lee. I like to fly gliders on occasion, and I'm terrible at it.
No, you're
not. I'm not that good.
No, I'm going to go back to Joe Knoll where you were flying the little blue glider that we took off the
Oh yeah, the
twin bird?
not a gnat.
that thing.
I forgot the name now.
Yeah,
I was
but you
talking
caught a
about it.
thermal
Yeah.
net thing, and then I think you did the same thing at Best.
Yeah,
so
but that was
he's-
off of an airplane.
You're underselling yourself.
Okay,
You're a good
well,
pilot.
Yeah, well, thanks. But still, it was neat to watch the guys that really know what they're doing.
Right, they're like, there's a thermal around here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait a minute. See, you guys didn't get that experience. I'm in the back of the truck. And he and Mike are going back and forth talking about, I see some wind over here, those birds over here, check that tree over there. They're just, the clouds, he's looking
So
at the
the
clouds.
observer's allowed to
So
help
the
him out?
observer's allowed to help him. I mean,
interesting.
absolutely. So they're hunting and
they're a
pecking.
team.
It's a team sport.
Yeah, birds over here. And I don't know if you heard when we got back, he goes, I think those birds were just scared of you, because he was following the birds and they just kept running away. He thought they were trying to find thermals and they were
Do you want to
totally
mention the
misleading.
discussion we had about the batteries and the gliders yesterday?
Yes.
So there were some guys who were at, I guess, at lot 4?
Site 4.
Site 4, excuse me.
And that competition's thermal duration, by the way.
Yeah, that was a 5J, I think, is what they call that.
Sure.
Limited motor run. And so he's got these big ships, what do you call it, 3 meter?
Between 3 and 4 meters.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're ginormous. And we're wondering, well, what kind of batteries are running in the self-launching ones?
Because they sound loud.
They sound kinda loud. They have a
Sound
gearbox
major
on 'em.
geared.
Yeah.
They go straight
They got
up.
a lot of performance.
They can go up.
So I walked over. I think somebody prodded me. So I walked
Me.
over. Yeah, Lee prodded me. And I was like, okay, I'll go talk to these guys. I was like, well, what kind of batteries are running in these things? And he goes over. He goes, yeah, I'll show you. Comes over. Walk over. And I swear, it's like a UMX battery that these guys are running. It was a little, they had a 3 and a 4 cell, 850
It's what
milliamp
goes in his
batteries.
parallax.
Yes, teeny tiny batteries. I was like, what the? And he goes, well, we only need 30 seconds of runtime. And they still barely squeezed into the fuselage.
Right.
These teeny tiny batteries just had barely enough room to get in there. And he says they're probably pulling somewhere around 70 amps, and that's it.
I was telling Fitz they probably look like raisins when they're done.
Yeah,
They just pull all the power out.
So I was talking to one of the guys today at cross country, and he was saying he uses the 3 cell 800s, but he puts 2 in parallel, not for more runtime, but for when he does hour-long flights.
Oh, you just have
It powers the radio for that. So the single 800 gets too far down.
Yeah, I think that was for the cross country, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the cross country, they want better penetration. They want a little more weight, because I don't want to spoil anything, but I guess the configuration for cross country is a little bit different than the FIJ limited, what do you call
Thermal
it?
duration.
Thermal duration.
Probably.
Yeah, a little bit. They did the weight, but anyways, it was just interesting to see the setups, and they talked about how they use both the in-runner direct drive and the outrunner direct drive and in-runner geared system. They're still using geared, which is interesting because geared systems all but disappeared for sport flying, but for the glider guys, they're still using that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's low profile, low frontal area.
Low frontal area, and you can swing a big prop with a little motor. Though I always say that the in-runners are also better heat dissipation, so you can put more power into a smaller package because of the way the coils are on the can. So I can certainly see that being a competitive thing.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we originally intended to go chronological. We've veered off of
Relatively
that.
chronological.
You think?
Yeah.
All right. So
What do you want to go back to?
I don't know.
Did we miss
iMac?
something? Oh
I-
yeah, the iMac. We
I didn't
really
go
talk
to
about
iMac.
that.
I haven't been out there yet. No.
I did. I went to the iMac competition with Adam. and I was,
International.
I don't know, Model
Miniature
Aircraft Club.
Aerobatic.
Miniature aerobatic.
So, big RC planes that emulate full-scale aerobatic planes with their same maneuvers and all the things.
Yeah, yeah. So these are large planes, 100 cc class, 120 to 180 cc, something like
30
that.
percenters, right?
Yeah, they're all giant scale. So we hung out there just to see. They do aerobatic routines. It's a lot like pattern flying, really. It's very akin to pattern flying with just different maneuvers. It's interesting they'll fly 2 or 3 planes at once. It's kind of weird because one will take off this way, one will take off that way, and they're kind of flying around. It's like they need spotters so they don't run into each other. And there's 2 sets of judges doing stuff, so I guess they're really. And those guys have been doing it all week. I mean, they're hardcore. I thought it'd be just a couple of days. I think they're still out there now doing stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting to talk. I had a chat with a couple of the guys about the planes. We were just curious. We asked, does anybody fly electric? Because everything we heard was gas powered. And some of them sounded like electric because they're really quiet. And he goes, no, those are gas. They just have extra canisters in the mufflers or whatever to quiet them down for reasons.
Yeah. Some of them you can hear from far away.
Some didn't have the canisters. Yes, those are just straight headers. He said pretty much nobody runs electric. Electric is still inconvenient, kind of cumbersome to run. Apparently the routines are relatively long, and so you either have to land midway and swap batteries or run really large packs or something like that. And they're large planes, so they just run gas. It's more convenient. there was a kid from Israel flying. And it was interesting to talk to him. We were talking and said, flying in Israel, what's the kind of clubs do you have there? How's flying there? And they said they have some places they can fly, not a whole lot. There's a lot of restrictions on what they do considering the region they're in for flying, but they said it's still relatively popular there. So that was interesting to hear. I always like to hear about flying in other countries. I can't think of anything else. I think most of the aircraft were basically extra type planes. There was one Sukhoi that I remember seeing. No biplanes. I don't know if there's a rule
There is
thing
a
or not.
biplane. That
Is
was going
there?
to be my story.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Well, the gentleman had unfortunately lost his place. No, his aircraft
Oh.
had an incident, and so he had just gotten this Flex. I think it was a Flex 120 biplane, beautiful yellow and red one. There's pictures on AMA's Facebook page, and I had a small chat with him, and he said, "Yeah, he's still getting used to it, but he's content. And it is the only biplane participating."
Oh, cool.
And
Yeah, I
he
was
wasn't
wondering.
flying at the time. I had my camera there, so I was unfortunate. But I would just to tack on, like, we have pros and cons. Really cool airplanes, awesome pilots. But you know what? You just can't see what's happening because they fly so far away.
Yeah,
I
they're
have a
kinda
400
far,
millimeter
yeah.
lens, and the plane's this big in my camera. And it makes no sense to try to photograph it because
Hmm.
they take them so far out. I mean, I think we should change the rules, and it has to be below 200 feet. All your maneuvers have to be below 200 feet. Go. Because it is crazy.
They had some guys I think they were doing freestyle. They seem to stay real low.
Well, they were like I saw that after hours. They were goofing
Yeah.
off over there.
Oh, okay.
There is a freestyle component of the competition.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe
Yeah.
it seemed like that was later in the day. But yeah, cool planes. I took some photos. We have. I think was that. Yeah, I think we just posted a daily short on AMA's Facebook page for some of that.
Are we doing another noobs over there?
Yeah. Well, Kevin Garland is the CD, and he's been wrapped up. We've been trying to catch him when he's free. That's may not happen, but hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to do a Nats Noobs with Kevin and give you guys some more insight.
All right.
Okay.
Is that everything? It can't be everything.
Can't be. But we could sit here for another hour, and I got to go edit.
Okay.
You know, this thing you made me do.
So yeah, we leave here in a couple days. Head to
Yeah, we can
Oshkosh.
talk about that.
So the categories that haven't happened yet, because
Soaring is next
Soaring
week.
is just
and
starting up.
Indoors currently happening. Then also,
They just finished.
oh, okay.
If it's
So
indoors,
he
was
would
there
know.
another-
He's Nats News guy.
is there anything next week other than soaring? you think?
Outdoor free flight and
Okay.
soaring.
Okay.
And pattern, RC pattern.
Okay.
Oh, that's the pattern. Okay.
And we won't be there. We won't be there. So
Yeah.
we'll be in Smoky, Wisconsin.
Well, yes. Apparently, all of the North is smoky right now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Canada.
Thanks, Canada. Yeah.
Blame Canada. Blame
Only
Canada.
you can prevent forest
Yeah,
fires.
I would look at the live feed from Oshkosh. Oh my gosh, it is less than a mile visibility.
Was that only you can prevent
So
forest fires, eh?
I'll tack on to what Kerry was saying. We're going to finish up here. We'll hopefully do that interview with Kevin. Maybe doing a fun video with J.C. Zenkel, who's not only a great helicopter pilot, but he's a technical director for AMA, helping run NATS, to do a beginner helicopter story. I may have, in fact, mentioned this on a previous podcast when I was in Daytona, well, near Daytona, for Graves RC. Because I remember I gave away a gift card and stuff. So I think that story is in there. And so hopefully we'll get to do that. But then we have to pack up the trailer. We have to rearrange everything because we're bringing all the beginner planes, the trainer planes for RC evening flying at AirVenture. And hopefully see some of you guys next week, what's the official day, 20th?
21st,
18th,
I think, is the Monday.
Monday is the official day. So look for me at Blue Barn. Look for them just goofing, gallivanting around.
We're
and then,
doing stuff.
And then RC evening. Well, thank you guys for volunteering for doing the UAS for STEM.
You're
We're going to do some
welcome.
judging there.
And then RC evening flying.
And then RC evening flying. And we should hopefully have some fun.
Yes.
And that's all I got, I think.
One more thing to mention. Whatever afternoon it was, we went out to fly after work. Fitz got out the Constellation.
Yes.
Connie, yes.
Yeah. So that was my first time seeing it because he would not get it out of the trailer when I found them at Ceph.
Because it kept raining.
So he would not get it out of the trailer, but he did the other day. And so that
Yes.
was fun to watch.
Got it out with the new props. They all stayed on this time.
They all stayed on. And
Yeah.
the gear didn't retract, but that's a
Yeah,
problem
well,
for another
technically
day.
it did. It just didn't retract properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to work that out. But other than that, yeah, it flew just fine. I think with the new props is more or less like it did before. maybe a touch less thrust, but for that type of plane, it's just perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But as long as I stay in one piece, I'm happy.
All right. Well, that it
I think that's it for now.
for now. Yeah.
We can always record again, guys.
All right. Well, thanks for watching us. It is weird to, like, you're real. You're right there. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, corporeal.
I think you've had enough of me. So he's going to be, all right, I'm done. Thanks for playing. See you later.
We've been sharing a hotel room since last Tuesday.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Odd
It's
couple.
okay.
I owe you ice. How about I take you out for ice cream tonight? Will that
All right,
make you feel
all
All
better?
right.
I'll take him out for ice cream.
We'll call it even after
Dairy
that.
Queen, here we come.
Yeah, it's right outside the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been fun. We still have some more time together, and then we're going to go hang out with you at Shea Dunn for a while. Maybe get some flying in at Green Bay.
Yep, that's the plan.
Except if Canada,
We'll be doing boating.
All right, Fitz.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us on this very special episode of the RC Roundtable here in Muncie, Indiana. Thanks everybody for watching, and really appreciate your patronage. Of course, send hate mail to this guy, contact at rcroundtable.com. Check us out. We mentioned quite a few times videos over on our social media, such as Facebook. Was it Facebook/RC Roundtable?
RC Roundtable.
RC
Look it
Roundtable.
up.
You can find it on Facebook, and of course our website, rcroundtable.com.
And thank you, Amy, for hosting
Thanks.
us,
Yes,
taking care of us, giving us
really
fun cubicles.
cool stuff
and,
here, man.
And Matt for setting this up for us. Thank you.
Yes, thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you later.
Please visit our website at rcroundtable.com. That's where you will find all of our podcast episodes. You can also find a little bit of background information about the show host and leave comments and suggestions about the show. There are links to a few of our favorite vendors and also links to our various social media accounts. Thank you for watching and listening.